The sky is not a place for the weak. There, only true predators can hold their positions. When the rulers of the sky lunge into battle, it is no longer a display of vanity, but confrontations where strength, precision, and instinct are pushed to the limit. Just one disadvantageous moment is enough for everything to end immediately. So how terrifying will those battles be when recorded in the wild? Let's explore. Eagle versus blue heron. Above the tidal mudflat, a bald eagle is hunting down a water bird. The mighty airstrike submerges the target into the water. The eagle immediately uses its most dangerous weapon, razor-sharp talons with a crushing force of up to hundreds of pounds per square inch. They pierce through the wet down feathers, locking the prey tight. The water bird flaps its wings desperately to escape, but is completely neutralized before the muscular strength of the enemy. The waterlogged prey's weight is too massive to soar into the air. Instead of giving up, the eagle displays amazing adaptability. A clear testament to endurance and smart tactics. Skillfully bringing the giant amount of food onto the sandbank, the eagle establishes absolute dominance. Hawk versus pigeon. The hawk tails closely behind the pigeon. A high-speed pursuit takes place entirely in the air. The pigeon continuously changes direction, abruptly dropping low, then soaring high, aiming to shake off the predator. The hawk does not launch a pounce immediately. It maintains a steady distance, forcing the victim to fly in a prolonged state of extreme tension. But the pounce at a distance too far out of reach caused the hunter to lose its rhythm and miss the opportunity. In these types of dogfights, victory does not come from a lightning-fast takedown blow, but is decided by whoever drains their stamina first. Under the forest canopy, a large beehive hangs suspended. The bee swarm flies around, protecting the territory, not yet realizing the dangerous enemy approaching from a nearby branch.
Oriental honey buzzards.
With sturdy legs, these disruptors deliver a blow, tearing apart the hive's outer shell. The soldier bees immediately swarm out, tightly surrounding the invader.
But now, with the nest open, they're built to battle killer prey.
But the resistance is completely useless.
But there's more.
The hawk possesses head feathers as hard as fish scales, creating an absolute sting-proof armor. The legs covered in horny scales also help the hawk become immune to venom in areas of direct contact when breaking the hive.
Their feathers.
The bee swarm tightly surrounds the hunter's back, but has to remain helpless.
Could be his last.
The clash begins with a direct suppression maneuver. The predator utilizes its speed advantage and sturdy pincer-like beak, immediately controlling the match.
Quite unlike any other.
Survival instinct makes the snake continuously twist its body to counterattack. However, the legs of this bird species are exactly a perfect natural shield, helping it always maintain a safe distance from the striking range and venom of the target.
That bites back.
Instead of using talons to tear meat like many other birds of prey, it uses a characteristic tactic: thrashing the prey. The strong neck muscle mass helps it swing the snake, thrashing it hard against the ground many times. This massive concussion force quickly breaks the prey's rib system and spine.
Make no mistake.
This abundant protein source is immediately transferred to the chicks, ensuring optimal development in the early stages of life.
As any other bird of prey.
On a high wall ledge, a kestrel stands next to a pigeon carcass. With a tiny physique, it will usually hunt appropriately sized prey. The hunter carefully pecks at the meat. Sharp eyes continuously scan the air. But in exposed positions like this, risks are things that can happen. A large falcon swoops down like a bullet. The extremely fast diving speed of up to 300 kilometers per hour turns their body into a deadly weapon. The strong pair of talons immediately locks the opponent tight. Superior size and strength help the latecomer snatch the meal and completely overwhelm the tiny bird. Puffin versus gulls. The feeding journey of the puffin always harbors risks when its beak is clamped full of fresh fish. Gulls, the uninvited pirates. Upon landing, the puffin immediately falls into the crosshairs. With a body twice as large, the herring gull relies on its robust strength to blatantly rob right in front of the nest. Even so, the most persistent and cunning enemy is the black-headed gull flock. They scream deafeningly, tightening the encirclement blocking the retreat path, paving the way for the experienced ones to rush in and snatch the food. The rapid ambush causes the victim extreme panic. Despite being continuously mugged, puffins still proactively nest next to this bandit flock, because gulls are extremely aggressive when chasing away eagles or foxes. Losing a few fish is like paying a protection fee in exchange for a safe barrier for the entire population. One side drains its strength hunting, the other cunningly collects protection money right at the door. Albatross versus shark. An albatross flock is struggling on the sandy beach. Possessing giant wingspans, they are excellent windsurfers in the air, but extremely clumsy when moving on the water surface.
In the air as their parents, who fly so effortlessly.
At the beach, the whole flock is resting, preparing for the next migration trip. They usually need a long-running start on the water surface, along with wind power to take off.
The best they appeared.
When the sea is slightly rough, gaining momentum to leave the water surface requires consuming a lot of energy. Seizing the opportunity, the shark launches an ambush from below. The jaws, with a 6,000 psi bite force, are trying to reach the victim. The poor bird is unexpectedly dragged into a mismatched life and death battle. Despite the effort to flap its wings to create thrust to salvage a chance of survival, the plumage gradually soaking in water and the weight of the shark make escaping hopeless. Eagle versus hawk. Amidst the dense foliage on a high treetop, a large nest made of dry branches perches in midair. The mother eagle meticulously manages the nest, cleaning and ensuring safety for the whole family. The scene seems peaceful, yet the wilderness always harbors unpredictable incidents. Keen vision 5 times that of a human helps her quickly notice anomalies in the space. An audacious hawk, but the mother eagle was not in time to stop it from carrying the chick away. Suffocating space. The Lord of the Sky at this moment only knows to cling to the hope of the last fragile life. The enraged eagle spreads her wings, soaring up, determined to demand blood debt, but continues to fall into the trap of the cunning enemy. Owl versus falcon. Inside an artificial nest box, a barn owl is taking refuge. Unexpectedly, a falcon enters this space, opening a rare territorial clash. The falcon quickly reveals its instinctive self-defense reflex. It opens its sharp beak and screeches. In nature, this hooked beak is a sharp, prey-tearing weapon, now becoming a frontal threatening tool. The falcon spreads its wings wide, creating a shield layer covering the entrance. It tries to fan out its body to intimidate and maintain a safe distance. The cramped space makes the falcon unable to utilize its aerial flying speed advantage, forcing it to maintain a passive defensive posture on the ground. With a physical advantage, the barn owl completely overwhelms the falcon, pinning the intruder tight under its broad wings. Right when noticing a loophole, the barn owl unexpectedly counterattacks. The curved beak is now used to control the opponent's legs. The daytime predator finally has to submit before the power of the ruler of the night. What you have just watched shows that in the world of sky predators, no advantage is absolute. And just one mistake is also enough for the situation to change in an uncontrollable way. Every encounter harbors risks, where the predator can also become the prey. If you find this video fascinating, hit like. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring many other dramatic wild moments. Thank you for watching until the end. See you again in the next video.